sugar. Keep it down. We crossed over into Buffalo to go to a party. She got a little loaded on the way. We didn't even get there. We thought we'd better take her home right now.
Are you all right, lady?
It hurt my arm.
She fell, you know. She's all right, though. I mean, you land pretty soft when you're in that condition.
Have you been drinking, too?
Oh, no, he's driving.
Okay. Move on.
Thanks. Give her another shot. Put her right out this time.
All right, hold still. Come on. Hold still. Just relax. Understand? Just relax. All right, hold still. Come on, hold still. Just relax.
Mr. Robert Huberman. I don't recall your name, sir.
As a scientist, my name would mean nothing to you. My interests are entirely commercial.
Mr. Huberman, I have nothing to sell and not much money to buy anything with, so what can you want from me?
Yourself.
I'm a very valuable commodity. At least that's what the people in Washington seem to think. They're giving me security guards to make sure that nothing happens to me. There's one right outside that door.
I know that.
It would be better for you to go.
You are wanted back in your own country.
Mr. Huberman, this is now my country. I came here 10 years ago, after a long period of profound and agonizing indecision. And I've never regretted it.
You may change your mind.
No. No one can offer me anything more important than my life and my work here in the United States.
I can offer you the beautiful Mrs. Amarist.
What did you say?
Your wife has gone ahead of you.
Oh, you're lying. She wouldn't consider such a thing, not even in a dream.
She was most reasonable.
I don't believe you. Are you trying to trick me? Such fiction only happens in the movies in a civilized country.
One of the advantages of civilization is the electric telephone. She's not at home.
Now she's gone to visit friends in... She's gone to visit friends.
In Boston. She left yesterday morning. She hasn't arrived. Think it over. Contact me at that number. We can arrange another meeting. And don't go to the police.
Where is she?
She's already out of the country.
Admiral Fox. Oh, yes, sir. Huberman? Not personally. I've heard of him, of course. Oh, very well, sir. It's all a little vague, but I'll get something started. Same to you, sir. Ah, Nicky. Come on in. I was just going to call you.
No bird?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, the door locked. I thought you had a lady in here with you.
Oh, I was just on the hotline.
Well, what do you think of my new suit? Something else, huh?
Beautiful. Now, you'd better sit down and listen. You're involved.
Check the vest?
Robert Huberman. Does that mean anything to you?
Nope. I think I'll get one of these made in gray.
He's almost a hotline himself between the East and the West. He lives in Switzerland, makes big deals. Armament, guns, tanks, wheat, anything with money in it.
I got a real good deal on this suit. You ought to try this, Taylor.
He hasn't been caught yet, but every time he leaves home base, something always starts.
All right, I'll bite. Where is he now?
In the U.S., on his way to Canada, and somebody very high up wants to know why.
And you say that I'm involved?
He uses ships, Nicky. I want to know what ship he's using this time and what for.
Foxy, why is it that at least once every week I've got to tell you that I'm not a cop?
I know that, Nicky, but this is important.
Is this guy a member of the Ship Owners Association?
Of course he is.
Then I'm not involved.
Nicky!
Nice to meet you, Nicholas.
It's a pleasure. Like, who are you?
I'm the guy who sends you $2,000 in dirty American bills every 6 months, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
2 years, $8,000. Time you started to earn it.
I didn't get your name.
Granger.
You CIA guys sure pop up in the strangest places. All right, you paid your rent. What can I do for you?
I want to find out why a guy called Robert Huberman is coming to Canada.
Huberman? Seems like a lot of people are interested in him.
Possibly. He's a very interesting man.
Friend of yours?
No, I don't move on that social level. He probably makes a couple of million a year, buying things from people who don't want them any longer and selling them to people who want them badly, like guns.
An honest broker.
Honesty is an elastic concept that varies with how much money you're being paid.
And somebody's paying Huberman to come into Canada, is that right?
Well, he's sure not coming up here because he likes the climate.
Any leads as to what it might be?
No.
Any big deals in the wind?
Not as far as we know.
Well, what's everybody getting so excited about?
Well, the people who pay me have a general principle that they like to know what Huberman's got in mind every time he leaves home.
Well, where do I fit in? I can only ask him questions. You could do it just as well.
Well, you're on home ground. You'd be less conspicuous.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
But don't waste time. There may not be any to spare.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I've just been in the business a long time. Huberman's got an office in the Mutual Building. Look him up and drop me here.
Hey, well, where do I get in touch with you?
Don't worry about that. I'll be around. Just get on the trail, Nicholas.
Trail?
Yes,
What's the L stand for?
Leonora.
Well, my name is Nick King. I represent the Ship Owners Association.
And you'd like to see Mr. Huberman?
That's right.
Well, I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh, why not?
He's very seldom here. He spends most of his time at the head office. That's in Zurich, Switzerland.
Well, he's on his way here now. That is, if he's not here already.
Is he, Mr. King?
It's a local gossip.
There's always a lot of gossip about people like Mr. Huberman. And generally, it's quite incorrect. Now, if you'd like to tell me what it is you'd like to see him about, I'll do all I can.
Well, my association covers most of the shipping in the Seaway, and if Mr. Huberman wants to do some business here, we may be able to be of some help to him.
I'm sure you'll be very interested. And I'll let him know. If he comes.
Well, thank you. That's a deal.
Genuine?
I don't know. I think so.
Make quite sure, would you?
I've already arranged for that.
Good. You're a great comfort to me.
How long's he been shipping through the Seaway?
Oh, the past 3 years. Maybe a couple of big deals a year. Wheat, scrap iron, army surplus, obsolete aircraft.
There is a limitation on where some of the materials can be exported to.
Sure, most of it goes to the Middle East. But what happens to it after that is anybody's guess.
On the surface, strictly legal?
Yes?
Have you ever met Huberman?
Oh, once or twice.
Does he ever come down to fix his own deals?
Oh, I'd say only for something big. Most of the routine shipping arrangements seem to be made through his office in Zurich.
Is there anything going on now that he might be interested in?
Like what?
I don't know, I'm just reaching. Any big cargoes from the Middle East, the Baltic?
Rangoon, general cargo, Kuwait, machinery and oil rig parts, Bizerta, general cargo, fertilizers. None of this looks like Huberman. Oh, wait a minute, Ostrov. She's a Polish ship. Gdynia with general cargo and 200,000 bushels of wheat.
Where is she now?
Oh, she'll be clearing well and around now. She's going into Hamilton, then Toronto. But don't get excited, Nicky. When Huberman ships wheat, it runs into millions of bushels.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anything else?
Oh, just Lakers, Seven Islands to Duluth, Lakehead to Montreal. Nothing to interest Huberman.
Well, thanks anyways. I better start figuring out something else.
You want me to send a copy of this to your office?
Yeah, I better have it for the record. Foxy?
Admiral?
You want to see me?
Yeah?
Please do.
Thanks.
You never asked before, Nicholas. Something wrong?
Oh, no. Well, I guess I shouldn't have walked out on you.
It appears you walked in again. Can I do something for you?
Lay off. I just want to help you with that Huberman business.
That's very kind.
Now, I checked up, and there doesn't seem to be anything happening on the Seaway that would bring Huberman out of Switzerland.
I see.
Are you sure? I mean, are you absolutely sure that he's here now, or that he's coming?
Ottawa seems to think so. What's the matter?
No, the vest's a little too tight. But there's no big deals, no big shipments. Everything's just routine. General cargoes, a little fertilizer, some wheat.
Does it have to be a big shipment?
Well, to bring Huberman out of his home port.
Size isn't the only criterion. Could be something small of high value, something that requires a little finesse.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm only guessing. Human being, perhaps.
I say, now, that's not a bad thought. You don't get to be an admiral for nothing, do you?
Well, I could be quite wrong, but it's worth looking into.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to start looking into it right now.
Nicholas.
Hmm?
I still don't quite understand your sudden interest.
You haven't met Leonora. Not that I'm complaining, but why couldn't we talk in your office?
Couldn't you guess?
Well, sure, someone was listening. Was it Huberman?
Yes.
Well, why did you give me the impression that he wasn't there?
That's what I get paid for.
Watch your step. You all right?
Yes.
Well, what's he scared of? He's going to be recognized. Can't hide the fact that he's in town. Not for long, anyhow.
I guess he just wants to be careful. When you're in really big business, the less people know about you, the better. Why did you want to see him?
I told you.
You just want to help.
That's right.
I have to be terribly careful. In big business these days, there are more spies than anywhere else.
I suppose so. What's he here for, anyhow?
I honestly don't know.
And if you did, you wouldn't tell me.
Another one of these, and who knows?
A waiter? Yes, sir. Same again, please. This is a great place. Sure beats stock in the office. Oh, thanks. Oh, try that and see what happens.
All I know is that he's not going to be here for very long this time.
How long? A couple of days?
Oh, not even that. There's a ship coming in tonight and sailing in the morning. That's all he's here for.
Do you know anything about this ship?
Only that she's called the Ostrov and that she's sailing for Gdynia in Poland.
Has he got a cargo on this ship?
I don't think so.
Well, then what's his interest?
I don't know. Would that help you to help him?
It might. Thanks.
I've got to go now.
Well, look, after he's gone, you'll have more time. Maybe we can meet again.
I'd like to. But I travel with him.
Mr. King, there's a call for you on the telephone. I can plug it in right here.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Nicholas.
Oh, Granger, listen. He's waiting for a Polish ship that's docking in Toronto this evening. I don't know why, because she's not carrying the kind of cargo that he'd want to know about.
Maybe you better look her over.
I'll do that. And Granger, he's got this secretary. I'm not...
Thought you'd notice that.
Granger? Granger?
Walk with me, I feel inclined to be sociable.
Certainly.
Well?
I agree.
Good. In a few hours, you'll be reunited with your wife.
It won't be easy. I'm followed everywhere. You know that.
Arrangements have been made for you to lose your security guard. I'll give you the details presently, but you must adhere to them precisely.
I understand. How do you know I haven't notified the police?
I don't know. I can only judge by probability. I went to a lot of trouble to find out just how important Mrs. Amherst is to you.
Why have you done this to me? How does my work concern you? You're not a political agent, I can tell that.
I told you, I'm in business. I ship goods from A to B. To me, you're a package. I've been well paid to deliver you.
Do you know what they do to me? Or my wife?
They want your skill.
Oh, yes. They'll use me. But what they really want is to make use of the classified information I have.
They'll probably treat you very well, if you behave. You keep an overnight suitcase in your office?
Yes.
Take it with you. At 4 o'clock, you'll find a taxi waiting outside. It'll take you to a railroad station. That's where we'll separate you from your guard. From then on, you'll be in safe hands. You understand?
Yes.
I enjoyed our little talk. We'll meet again, perhaps.
Security man.
Stay there, I want to talk to you.
Killed him.
That's right.
Why? Why did you have to do that?
That's what he's paid for. A new passport, new identity, all the papers you're going to need. We're getting off this train at Bridgeport. After that, you're on your own.
What do I do?
Get to Niagara Falls, then cross over into Canada and head for Toronto. There's a ship in the harbor there called the Ostra. Your wife will be on board her. Now, don't try to walk away from this, mister. Or you'll never see her alive again.
That was foolish.
Was it?
We'll find it very quickly.
Sure.
Doesn't that alarm you at all?
Oh, why should it? It's not my gun. It's yours.
Now you will understand why I couldn't allow you to go ashore. It would have been too dangerous. Any attempt to make contact with your husband...
I don't believe this.
When a man is desperate enough. Any man.
But he wasn't desperate. He was happy and contented.
Perhaps I understand something about him even better than you. I'm of the same race. I understand his desire to return. I know what he feels. A little warning here for past errors.
When shall I see my husband?
We dock in Toronto this afternoon. I don't know what kind of arrangements have been made, but sometime after that, he will arrive.
I hope so. Otherwise, I shall go mad.
You may have it. And while we are docked, yes, it's the most important for your husband that you should not be seen by the authorities. You understand that?
Eerste Mal in Amerika?
Ja, meine erste Reise. Dank. Bitteschön.
Captain. Nick King, Ship Owners Association.
Kuzinski. We met before, I think, on my last trip.
That's right, about a year ago.
You still drink vodka, Mr. King? I seem to remember.
More respect for it now.
One should always remember that vodka does not arrive on the knees until some time later. What can I do for you?
I was going to ask you that. Is there anything that the association can do?
It's very kind of you, but I'll only be here for a few hours.
Picking up a cargo?
Oh, small consignment for Latif and Company, fertilizers for Rotterdam. I have the manifest here if you like to see it.
Oh, thank you. Are you carrying anything for Huberman and Company from Zurich?
Mr. King, we enjoy a distinct advantage over the Western democracies. We can buy vodka like this. Huberman? Of course, I know the name. He's very active in shipping.
Are you carrying anything for him?
Possibly. My first officer could tell you, or you'll find it there in the cargo manifest. Please, feel free.
I must see Captain Kaczynski. There's somebody in there with him.
Yeah, not allowed. Verboten.
No passengers?
No passenger, Mr. King. You've caught me. I have one passenger. This is Mr. King, one of the SEAWAY authorities. My wife.
How do you do, Mr. King?
Glad to know you.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that you had Mr. King with you.
Oh, that's all right. I was just leaving. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, Captain, would it be all right if I looked over the ship?
Certainly. Go where you please. Nazarovia. And don't forget it. In about an hour's time, I think you will want to sit down.
You may be so right. Well, it was nice meeting you, Mrs. Kaczynski. So long, Captain.
We meet when I come back, eh?
For sure.
I'm sorry. I heard someone come in here, and I thought that perhaps it...
Oh, I understand. But until we leave port, I think you must stay in my cabin. It will be more safe. Yes, yes. I will tell you as soon as I have news.
Oh, thank you.
Information, please. Dockside telephone, berth 11, Ostrov. I want a number for Huberman and Company.
He says his name is Kaczynski.
All right, I'll speak to him.
Fine. Mr. Huberman will take your call now. Go ahead, please.
All right, Captain. Yes, the position is understood. I'll do what I can.
May I go now? My desk is clear.
Yes, very well. I shall be going myself quite soon. I have just one small matter to attend to.
Until tomorrow, then.
I'll give him the message. Okay, I'll tell him.
Why don't you make yourself at home, Granger?
Thanks. You know, Nicholas, you have an agreeable life. They pay you too much, and they give you a comfortable chair as well.
I read it this morning. What of it?
It's interesting.
Is it?
Well, men like Amherst don't defect every day, fortunately.
I got the impression, reading between the lines, the government was pretty jittery about him.
They ought to be.
Why, is he that important?
He was one of the top men. He must have been screened till he was lily white. He's probably got a whole lot of classified information under his hat.
And you, are you interested outside of being a newspaper reader?
I don't know.
Is it all right if I sit down? Thank you. I was drinking vodka today with Captain Kaczynski.
Did you look at his ship?
Of course. Ship docked earlier today. Captain Kaczynski was more than willing to let me look around the ship.
Did you find anything?
You can't be too sure, a ship that size, but you get a feeling.
And she felt clean.
Yep. Oh, and I looked at the manifest. They're not carrying anything for Huberman and Company.
Who was the woman?
You know about her?
Huberman's secretary. What's her name? Leonora. She phoned a couple of minutes ago. Thought you might be interested to know there was a woman on board. You seem to have got along fairly well with Leonora.
Yeah. She must have meant Kaczynski's wife.
She's on board?
Hmm.
Is she pretty?
Well, she's the cool and graceful type. Kind of sad, though.
Anything else?
Yeah, she's about 5 foot, 5 or 6, sandy hair, eyes green, blue. Both.
So you did notice her?
Yes, Granger, I did notice her.
American?
Could be English.
She is. You met her when he was working at the National Physics Laboratory at Cambridge University in England.
Kaczynski?
Amherst.
We're talking about Mrs. Kaczynski.
I want that ship held, Nicholas. Held and searched.
I can't hold and search a ship, a foreigner at that, just because you happen to think the captain's wife's a phony.
I think she's Amherst's wife.
On what grounds?
Same description.
Well, I haven't seen a description of Amherst's wife in the newspapers.
Well, I must have read it somewhere. But look, Foxy, you were the one that got me into this, if you'll recall.
I recall that you turned me down.
I know, I'm sorry I got interested. But that's the ship that Huberman is concerned with. He's also concerned with that woman.
You seem to know rather a lot about this business, Nicholas.
Well, Leonora told me. We get along quite well together.
If she's at all nubile, I can imagine that. Do you realize what kind of trouble I'd get into if this turned out to be a false alarm?
Well, who was the person that phoned you on the hotline that time?
It's not your business.
Yeah, but he's big enough to pick up the pieces, isn't he?
All right. What time does the Ostrov sail?
Sometime this evening.
We might just make it. It'll take a little arranging.
You stay with the car. Once you know what to do, get on with it.
Herein?
Herr Hubermann.
Ah, Herr Hubermann. I'm glad to see you. Very glad.
I'd have been here sooner, but I had to make arrangements.
I understand. Let me give you a drink.
Not now. We may not have much time. What happened?
Very little. This young man wanted to examine my cargo manifest and look over the ship, so I let him. He was also interested in you.
Did he see your passenger?
She was very quick. She became my wife. temporarily and quite unofficially.
Did he accept that?
I think so. But he may have had thoughts about it afterwards. That's why I phoned you.
You were right. I'm going to take it away from you and make other arrangements.
Good. I'm glad to help, but I don't want to get mixed up with the law. I have news for you, madame. Herr Huberman has come to help you.
I've come to take you to your husband.
Is he?
The last I heard of him, he was in good health. Safe voyage, Captain.
Thank you.
This is a seizure order against your ship, Captain. It means that you won't be allowed to sail until I'm satisfied you've no contraband or illegal emigrants aboard. Do you understand?
I understand.
There's already a search underway. I hope you won't interfere with it.
I'm in your hands. Ship's log, cargo manifest.
Passenger list?
No passengers. I told Mr. King that.
What about your wife, Captain?
My wife?
Yes, where is she?
In Poland.
She was in this cabin earlier today, Captain. Or at least someone you described as your wife. Where is she now?
You're making a joke with me, eh?
She was in this cabin today, Foxy. I saw her.
Too much vodka. I told him to take care. It's not like the vodka you drink in this country. But he seemed to be enjoying it. So?
It wasn't the vodka, it was a woman. Well, damn it all, Foxy, do you think I don't know a woman when I see one?
That'll do, Nicky. Just carry on with the search. I hope we won't cause you too much trouble.
Take your time. I'm in no hurry.
Thank you. Well?
She was there, Foxy.
I wish I could believe you. If you want to drive home, get in.
No, it's all right. I'm going to stay here.
Nicky, the Ostrov's clear. Don't go aboard her. Don't stick your neck out again.
I won't.
Be in my office at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with a good story, if you want to stay in business.
Dr. Rammers? You are Dr. Rammers.
You're mistaken.
Your wife's not on board.
She must be. This is where they...
Then you are, Dr. Amherst.
Yes.
The police were here earlier. Didn't you hear the sirens?
What have they done with her?
The police? Why, nothing. She wasn't here. Look, why don't you come along with me now? I'm sure we can straighten this thing out a little.
Are you... police?
Me? Oh, I know, but I am on the same side.
You're a young man, stronger than I am. You probably could take me by force. But if you do, you will kill my wife. Please understand. I'm not defecting. There's nothing I want to leave, nothing I want to go to. I've killed no one, but they have taken my wife. Well, they have her while she's still alive. They also have me.
Yes, but your work, everything your work means to other people, you
means
can't...
nothing to me. At this moment, only my wife is important. You're not lying to me.
Oh, no. She was here earlier. But she's not here now. Look, give yourself. Come with me. We'll find her.
But she won't be alive. If you are kind, you'll let me go.
But you don't even know where to look for her.
I don't need to. We're no fools. They know where I am.
So you believed his story?
Yes.
Why?
He was telling the truth. Sometimes you just know. You believe it?
It's possible, but it doesn't change the situation. There are certain hard facts. Now, why'd you let him go?
You wouldn't understand, Granger.
You have a warm heart, Nicholas. I like people with warm hearts. Unfortunately, in this business, things happen to them. They're totally expendable. That being so, it would be indecent to let you pay for my drink.
Waiter. This is for you. Don't forget to wipe the blood off.
I'm not quite clear about your status, but I've had a request from certain quarters to give you any facilities you may require.
Good.
I'm prepared to do so, but I'm not obliged to like it.
You prefer things to be open and above board.
Exactly.
Well, I can imagine that. Makes life so much easier.
One other point. You appear to have annoyed Nick King.
The feeling is mutual.
Well, I advise you to give it some thought.
Well, I'll try not to behave like a visiting fireman. Shall we pick him up and get back to your office?
Well, thanks, Captain. Have a good trip.
Looking for me, Foxy?
Mr. Granger wants some information. We're going back to my office.
So he's roped you in, too, has he?
He wouldn't have had to if you'd turned Amherst over to the police when you had him.
I can't do that.
You would have saved everybody a lot of trouble.
But not Amherst and not Mrs. Amherst. Foxy, he's not defecting and he's not a murderer. He's being blackmailed. They're holding his wife and he wants to make sure she stays alive.
And you're only human, so you let him go.
That's right.
To what, Nicholas? Where is he now? What's going to happen to him?
I don't know. Do you?
Well, I can guess, and it's a pity. We might at least have saved one of them. Well, let's stop arguing and get back to your office.
Well, that makes sense anyhow. There may not be very much time.
Saw 3 guys down on that wharf who could be police, looking for you.
And you?
They don't know about me. At least they don't know about me being in this neck of the woods.
They'll find you.
What, here? Well, I guess you got about 2 more days to be safe anyway. So don't worry.
What is this?
Some old lake boat. They just use it for grain storage now. She never goes anyplace. So they won't worry about her yet.
They'll find us in time. They look everywhere.
You won't be here, mister. You just have to lie low and keep quiet until the boss arranges transportation for you. That's all you got to worry about, mister.
Where's my wife?
She's still alive. Look after the store, will you?
What makes you think Amherst and his wife are still in this city?
They can only get out by sea. Airports and rail terminals are closed to them, and nothing's left the Seaway since Nicky saw Amherst except the Ostrov, and they weren't on her.
By road?
Unlikely. They've got to stick close to the ships until Huberman can figure out a new way of moving them.
So you've come around, Granger. Amherst hasn't defected. He's being taken out.
I didn't say that. But it doesn't matter. Huberman is helping them one way or the other. I just want Amherst stopped.
We can't search every ship leaving the Seaway.
I can make a start with the ships that are bound for Europe. Can you get me a list?
That could be right.
They'll be stopped and searched in the U.S. section.
Have you any idea how difficult it is to search a large ship and make sure you haven't missed anything?
Well, it'll help if we can figure out what Huberman's likely to do. He's a businessman. He'll only take calculated risks. He'll make everything simple and logical, less chance of something else going wrong.
Well, wouldn't it be more simple and logical to arrest him?
What for?
Oh, abduction, blackmail, accessory to murder.
That's your story.
Amherst's story.
Without Amherst or his wife, there's no story. And Huberman's just playing a little game of chess.
Well, at least he should have a tail.
Yeah. And if you're right, a couple of horns and cleft hooves. I don't know about that, but he's certainly got a tail.
Pretty nice day.
Very mild for the time of year.
I got her stashed away, all right.
Where?
There's an address on this. It's a fruit stall right across the street.
No trouble?
Boy, I wish there was. She's a pretty attractive woman. She's pretty scared for the old man's health, though. Now, look. When are you going to get those 2 out of here? I'm sick and tired of hanging around.
Probably tomorrow.
You're a pretty good fixer, aren't you? Unless it gets all fouled up again. Well, time for chow.
Excuse me. I shall be in my office for the next 2 hours. That'll give you an opportunity to have some lunch.
Your call to Greece was returned today.
Oh, good. How long will it take to get back to them?
Well, they're waiting. I can get them quite quickly if you're ready for them now.
All right, get them, and then go out and have lunch.
Yes, you have a call for us from Athens, Greece? We're ready for it now. Thank you. Athens is on the line. Will you take it now?
Do you like peaches?
Moderately.
Then at least you like them more than I do. Enjoy them. Moderately.
Thank you.
And put the call through, then go to lunch.
Yes, sir.
Ypsilos, Uberman. Wait, please. Ypsilos, you have a ship for sale. Yes, I know, but I make you a better offer. 100,000 over their price. Of course she's not worth it, except to me. Agreed? Good. The Zurich office will attend to the details. Auf Wiedersehen.
These are the kinds you like, I think.
You've got a good memory.
Yeah. The things I don't want to forget.
I was wondering.
It's been a long time.
It could have been shorter if you hadn't thrown Nick King at me. Still, he is nice.
Yeah, well, don't trust all your eggs to that basket. They're liable to get broken the way he's acting.
Jealous?
I'm not allowed such luxuries. How's business?
We're getting very cosmopolitan. We called Athens this morning.
Just the number, no name?
He was very cagey about that. Still, I suppose I could get it.
No. This'll do. Don't push your luck.
That was short.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do.
Some other time, perhaps.
Perhaps. Look, take care. I'm going to start crowding Huberman, and I don't know what'll happen. Wouldn't want you to get in the way of a stray bullet. SEAWAY, within the next few days for ports in the Baltic or the Eastern Mediterranean.
There aren't any.
That's a pity. I suppose they would have made life too easy. Europe in general.
There are 14 ships scheduled for ports in Western Europe.
Right, we'll put these through a sieve. That'll be your baby.
Oh, much obliged.
Where else?
Well, there are 10 ships bound for ports in the United States, but I guess we can ignore them altogether, too.
That'll seem reasonable. Well, that's it. I don't like it, but it's the best I can do. Time's the devil, especially if he's been shanghaied.
Oh, you admit that's possible.
Of course it is, I told you. But it doesn't make any difference. I've got to get him. After that, we can sort out his ethics.
And what about Amherst's wife?
Well, if we get her, so much the better.
Oh, come on, Granger. You'd throw her to the wolves if you could get a hold of Amherst.
You could have put that more gracefully, Nicholas.
It's true.
All right, it's true. I'm not a part-timer. I'm not allowed to be sentimental. Now, how do we organize this search?
Do you expect to find Amherst in one of these ships?
Not necessarily. He may still be ashore. The police may find him before we do.
What are we looking for?
A straw. A hint. Maybe some kind of indication that somebody may be coming on board in an offbeat kind of fashion. Anything.
You make it sound easy.
Can you operate an egg beater?
A helicopter? Sure, why?
Spend 2 or 3 hours over the Toronto docks, St. Lawrence, and Montreal.
Looking for what?
Nothing. Just make sure that everything is normal, like no ships on the SEAWAY that shouldn't be there.
That's impossible.
That's right. Until after it happens. Can we rig up a duplex radio?
Oh, why, certainly. The harbor master's office.
Good. I'll be there. We'll keep in touch while you're in the air. Come on, let's get moving.
Now, just a minute.
There's no time. Oh, by the way, there may be a call for me from Greece. It'll come to this office. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. I assume it's important.
Well, it might be and it might not be. I've asked this friend of mine in Athens to get me some information, and I'd like to have it as soon as it comes through. Can you arrange that?
I'll do my best.
Thank you. You're being extremely cooperative. Both of you. Come on, Nicholas.
Granger. Can you hear me? Come in, Granger.
Granger to Nick King. Where are you, Nicholas?
I've been round the Toronto docks 4 times.
I'll keep trying. Don't look for the exotic and miss the obvious.
I'm going down to St. Lawrence. I'll call you back.
Thank you.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm reaching. Because we've no time and no firm lead. Not really looking for anything. Well, that's just when you're apt to find things. Small things, apparently irrelevant, but part of a pattern. It's just a question of recognizing their significance. But you've got to be relaxed, and Nicholas isn't. He's trying too hard.
Granger, come in, please.
Granger to Nick King, yes.
I wish I knew what I'm supposed to be looking for.
So do I, but I told you I don't.
Anyhow, I can't find it.
You better come back in. Where are you going to land?
Island Airport.
Meet you there in 2 hours.
Roger. What are you going to do?
I'm going to turn on the heat. Is the boss in?
I didn't hear you come in.
I came in quietly.
You should have made an appointment.
Don't like appointments. Much more fun when things just happen. I usually find it difficult on these occasions to know where to begin.
You can begin by telling me how you got here.
By car. A friend brought me.
Into this room.
By deceit. I told your girl we were old friends.
Well, now that you're here, what do you want?
Dr. and Mrs. Amherst.
I know the name. I've read it. I see you like peaches.
Yeah, very much.
It's fortunate we had one available for you.
Where are they, Mr. Huberman?
I don't know. Should I?
Now, if you'd got them out on the Ostrov before the hunt was up, you'd have been all right. And now it's too late. I expect you know that.
I wish I knew what you're talking about.
You know. I don't expect you to admit it. Just to listen to me.
Are you a policeman?
No, or I wouldn't be able to come up here and threaten you.
Threaten me?
I'm going to destroy you.
Other people have said that, but really, I'm still in quite good health.
Yeah, well, they probably hated you. I don't hate you. I don't even know you, except as 20 pages of dull reading in a file. So I'm not concerned with what you deserve.
You've no reason to be. It's not your business.
But I don't like some of the things you've done. Like old weapons shipped out to feed obscure little wars. You don't look after the orphans.
That's not your business either.
You're right. I'm only interested in getting Amherst, nothing more.
Then you're wasting your time. I'm afraid I can't help you.
Oh, you've given me all the help I need. I'm empowered to make a deal with you.
What kind of a deal?
Doesn't matter because I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to let you off the hook. While you've got Amherst, you're still in trouble. You've got to move. You've got to do something. So, I'm going to take a chance on their lives and leave them with you.
You're quite wrong.
Maybe. I don't often miss.
You do help yourself, don't you?
Sometimes. It was a very nice peach.
My boss gave it to me.
Did he? Till next time.
That ought to be Nicky now.
What ship is that?
She's a Greek. She was burned out a few weeks back. She's docking here for inspection before she's towed down the Seaway.
Well, where are they taking her?
Richmond, Virginia. She could be broken up there.
Well, I burned up a lot of gas and got nothing. How about you, Foxy?
I searched the ships. Everything seems to be normal.
Well, we've wasted quite a lot of time.
Not entirely. You know where that is?
Kensington Market, sure.
Will you show it to me?
Of course.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind dropping us off there.
Not at all.
But Granger, look, have you anything particular in mind, or are we just wasting more time?
Oh, I don't think it'll be a waste of time. I want to buy some peaches.
What does it say? Look, I must see my husband now.
I told you can't. You'll just have to wait.
But if he's here in the same town...
The police are looking for him. They're looking for you, too. When that happens, you just have to hole up.
I don't think I can stand it much longer.
You won't have to. We're making arrangements for you to get out of the country.
With my husband?
Sure.
I'm beginning to wonder.
Oh, now, is that a very nice thing to say? I mean, after all, we've gone to an awful lot of trouble for you.
I don't know why I should trust you. Or anyone. keep telling me that you're going to take me to see my husband.
Look, Mrs. Amherst, if you want to walk out of here right now, you just go straight ahead. Nobody's stopping you. That door up there isn't even locked. Go on. Go on. Go ahead. Call a cop. Are you scared?
I don't know.
Well, just relax. Nobody's going to hurt you. We just don't know how long it's going to take. Are you hungry? Want me to go out and pick up some chow? All right, now you just sit down and relax. I'll be right back.
Shut up, Nicholas. Friend of yours?
I tried to be more selective. Now, you wait here. I'm going in. Charlie's a long way from home. I want to see what he's doing in this part of the world.
What happens if he comes back before you get out?
Oh, don't try and stop him.
No?
No, he's a professional. Leave him to me.
I apologize, Mrs. Amherst. But I probably know Charlie better than you do, and it doesn't pay to take chances with him.
Who are you?
My name is Granger. I'm not a policeman, but I'm on your side. I'm looking for your husband.
Oh, you've made a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, now, let's not waste time. We may not have too much.
Please go.
I know why you don't want to say anything.
Please. Leave me alone.
Look, I'm going to help you, but you've got to believe me. You're in very serious trouble. That man who was here a few moments ago.
What man?
I saw him come out. He's very dangerous, a killer. Now, please tell me everything you can.
I have nothing to tell you.
They've kidnapped you, haven't they? They probably intercepted you on the way to Boston. I don't know how they got you across the border, and it doesn't matter. But they're using you to blackmail your husband.
Blackmail?
To make him cooperate. Much easier for them if he doesn't argue, and he can't so long as they've got you.
Who are they?
Mainly a man called Huberman. I don't know what his deal is, but obviously he's been paid a large sum of money to ship your husband from west to east.
And my husband didn't...
Defect. I don't believe so. And I don't believe he shot his guard.
I know he didn't. He couldn't have. That's why it's been so difficult for me to understand.
Have they let you see him yet?
No.
Well, that should convince you I'm right. I mean, if he were doing this of his own free will, there'd be no reason to keep you apart.
Yes, I'm beginning to see that now.
At first, I thought they wouldn't bother with you after they'd got him, that they'd just get rid of you. But, of course, if they did that, they'd never get him to cooperate on the other side.
No, I don't think they would.
They've been using you as bait up till now. I think they'll keep you and use you as a reward for good behavior, but I don't believe they'll let you get together for quite some time.
Have you any idea where he is?
I'm not sure, but I think I know how to find him. You've been through a great deal. Can you take any more?
If it would help my husband.
Will you be bait again? For Huberman this time?
I don't think I quite understand.
I think they may try to move you out of the country in the same ship as your husband. You can lead us to that ship. Or you can leave this room right now with me and be safe.
And if I stayed here?
Well, I've told you, Charlie's a pretty dangerous character. He's a professional killer, so I can't guarantee your safety, but I can promise to stay as close to you as I possibly can.
And it would help you?
I think so. But we've got to decide quickly. I've got to get out of here before Charlie comes back and sees me. Well, what's it to be?
Well, it's obvious.
Good. Keep calm. And don't talk. And trust me.
Well, did you find anything?
Mrs. Amherst, they've got her in a kind of storeroom.
Is she alone?
At the moment. I want you to get back to Admiral Fox.
Wait a minute. We gotta get her out of there first.
Not yet. She may be our best chance for a fast lead to this ship.
Hey, now, you can't do that to her.
We're wasting time. Get back to Fox. I want this place watched. And I don't want any uniformed policemen tramping all over the place. Just 2 or 3 very good men in plain clothes, you understand? And organize it very quickly and very quietly. I'm going to stay here in the meantime.
Look, Ranger,
Get on with it!
Taxi!
Do you mean to say he deliberately walked out and left that woman there like a piece of cheese in a trap?
That's right.
Why the devil did you let him do it?
He's only interested in Amherst.
Well, I'm just as interested in getting that woman to safety.
As I am. I get the impression that guy that's looking after her isn't exactly a playboy.
I suppose the plan is to have her followed when they try to move her?
That's right.
In the hopes they'll take her to wherever her husband is.
Well, it makes sense of a kind. Granger's kind.
And the man guarding her is a professional killer?
Granger seemed to know him.
What do you think he'll do when he finds out he's being watched?
Get rid of the witness?
Exactly.
Get on the phone to Inspector Provo.
I agree. I'd suggest he puts on a full-scale raid.
Maybe we better get down there and wait for him. I doubt if Granger's going to cooperate.
We will, just as soon as I talk to Provo.
See, I'm worried Granger's not around.
He'd probably be undercover.
No, he would have stayed right here. This is the only place you can really see that doorway from.
Granger slipped out.
I'm going in that room, Foxy.
Now, wait a minute.
I don't know, we've got to know. Well, either I'm dreaming or Granger was.
What do you mean?
Well, that is just the storeroom. She's not in there, and there's no signs that she ever was in there.
How pleasant to see you again, Dr. Amherst.
I find it difficult to share your enjoyment.
I understand. It's too bad we had to subject you to this discomfort.
Discomfort doesn't matter. But I'd be glad to get out of here and start moving.
Well, they say the best part of a journey is the arrival. I hope it'll be so in your case.
I doubt it. Where's my wife?
I want to talk to you about her and about the plans for your journey.
I'm to know about it.
Of course. You sail in a Greek ship called the Pindos. She's being towed to Richmond, Virginia for breaking up. So the people who are looking for you are not likely to be interested in her.
And when we get to Richmond?
You don't. You see, I've bought the Pindos. When you're at sea, my agents will instruct the tugmasters to change her destination to Gdynia in Poland.
And my wife?
She's already on board, waiting for you. In a little while, you will be on board, too.
How do I get to her from here? The harbor's watched.
One of the tugs from the Pindos will come alongside here very shortly. She'll take us over. No one's likely to be too interested in a tug going about what seems to be her ordinary business.
Welcome aboard. I don't think it's going to be much of a luxury cruise, but if the weather holds, you just might make it.
Where's my wife?
Forget it. Let's get undercover.
You said my wife was here. Where is she? I want to see her.
I said forget it.
She's here.
You're not going to see her for a long time, though, mister. Believe me. Now, come on. Let's go. All right, hold it, right there. Now get inside.
I advise you to do as he says. Go and get him. I'll take care of these two.
You killed a buddy of mine in Chicago a year ago, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
It's your turn. Now Dr. Amherst, I've been looking for you.
Don't come in.
Drop your gun on the floor.
I haven't got one.
Oh, that surprises me.
I surprised Charlie when I threw it at him.
Where is he?
Oh, well, you won't be seeing him again. He had a fall.
Dead?
Decidedly. You've just lost your last chessman.
Just as well.
No tails.
Exactly. And this ship will be sailing very shortly, Mr. Granger. And you will be sailing in her, so I'm afraid you won't tell any tales either.
This ship isn't going anywhere. There are no ships moving out of this harbor for the moment.
I don't believe that.
You'd better give me your gun.
Do you think I'm a fool?
On the contrary.
Stay where you are, Granger.
I've been in this position before. You develop an instinct. You get to know whether a man can kill or not. There's a certain amount of risk involved, but that makes it more interesting.
You're quite mistaken, Granger. This is far too important to me. I'll not let you go.
You'll have to. Chess game is over. You haven't anyone left to do your killing for you. And you're not capable, Mr. Huberman. Come on, we'll take a walk. I think you need the air. Now open the door. Don't try to run. Walk out ahead of me. I expect you two want to be alone.
Charlie and I were making quite a bit of noise. I expect somebody got curious. Keep moving.
Granger. We've been looking for you. Why didn't you get a message to us?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I've been just a little bit preoccupied. Have you met Mr. Huberman?
There was a call for you from Greece. Huberman's bought this ship.
Well, that's a waste of money. He's going to be out of business for about 99 years. Have you got the police with you?
Yeah, they're on the wharf.
Okay, they can take over. Doctor and Mrs. Amherst are inside. You can look after them.
So you're out of a job.
I suppose so.
Well, we'll have to think of ways to fill up your time.
Any ideas?
it's Granger. Granger?
Sit down, Nicholas.
Have you two met?
Get your coat. We're on our way to the airport.
You gotta be kidding. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry, Nicholas. Business.
CIA business?
Some of it.
What?
What?